Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, The Butterfly. It's time.
How's it going, B? How is it going?
Good morning. Good morning. It's going great. How you doing this morning? This Sunday morning.
Happy Sunday morning. Yeah. How's it going for everybody? Great Sunday, great people. Miss Brenda says she's already in with us. So, Brandon, how was your yesterday and what's going on over there?
Yesterday was great for me. Another day, another sunrise, sunset to rise again. I'm blessed. Yesterday was great for me.
All right. Same here. Kind of an in-between day. I was off, but I still kind of did some things just so it'd be a better week for me. But everything is good. Yep, everything is good. So we're gonna jump right into it this morning. Let's see here. Let's say hello to YouTube, our YouTube family and listeners. I'm gonna try to do better just with acknowledging and recognizing you guys there. We're gonna get our Instagram family going here, and then we'll jump right into it. Unless you got something to give us, Brandon.
Nope, all good on this side.
Okay.
All good on this side.
All right, so we're all good. All good.
To go on Instagram
Yes,
side.
all good to go for the Instagram.
Miss
Brenda, what you got?
I see that pop up. I'll get in there.
Yeah, it's showing.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, cool. Well, Miss Brenda, how was your yesterday? Did you live a triumph life? Did you have a triumph day? So I would like to say that I did, just based on I was supposed to be off, but I did. I knew that if I did some things yesterday and a little bit today, that my week would be easier. It would be easier for me, a better week. So to me, that's just being productive, because I could have just sat around, watched TV, whatever. But right, I just did a little bit here and there so that my week would be a better week. Right. So I listened to this.
Good. You had a triumphant day.
Yeah. Miss Brenda says, my yesterday was good. Walked 5 miles yesterday. Did some cleaning and watched some good TV. What did you watch, Miss Brenda? What did you watch? She said good TV. So
good TV. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So we're going to jump right into it, Brenda.
Let's do it, y'all. Thank you for joining us again on this In This Season podcast. We are over 200 days in. If you've been rocking with us for a few days or a lot of days, we want to say thank you. We appreciate you. We value your time, and thank you for involving us and letting us be a part of your morning routine. We are reading through the book Daily Motivations for African American Success by Dennis Kimbro. Get the book. Great book to have. It's the book that we're basing this entire show on until we are done with it. Where we go from there, we don't know. But as for right now, we've been reading this book and we're 207 days in. How powerful is that? Kudos to everybody that's been there. Kudos to you, Mom, for having us and for being the spirit behind all of this. So thank you so much. A little bit more about this book, Daily Motivations for African American Success, will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short, powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes and when to say no, and to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans as Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Galt, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, Mother Hale, Reverend Leon Sullivan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. What it teaches will last you a lifetime. So let's get one of those lifetime lessons right now. Y'all remember Lifetime movies? When you asked Miss Brenda what she watching, I thought about the old Lifetime movies. Remember that?
Yeah, of course we remember that. I do.
Yeah, I remember you channel 29. I tried to
Man,
avoid channel 29
I
as much
was
as I could.
I was addicted. Now you couldn't get me to watch that mess, but I was
Man,
addicted. Ooh,
she was,
that
y'all.
just goes to show where you are, your state. Like they say the state of the union is your state of mind, right? The mind, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all. It is. Did y'all watch the video yesterday? Did anybody watch it? Brandon, I think I sent it to you. Pretty sure that I did. Send it to you separately. But did anybody go watch that? I put it out there yesterday. Shame on y'all if you didn't. I'm gonna stop posting stuff for real. Nobody.
I don't
But
know. You said,
yeah, I think I did. But if y'all didn't, go back and watch it because y'all, it'll make you think. But Brandon, not to get off topic. Yeah, I was in a different state of mind, right? So the things that attracted me was based on my mindset. And as we grow, things change. And maybe we've talked about how we lose people, maybe that's one of the reasons why as well. I was thinking this morning about a particular situation and situations that I've occurred over and over again. And these words came to mind. Some people, for all of us really, we've been so put down and so broken, right? That when good arrives, we break it. We'll find a way to validate our brokenness by breaking or trying to break the person or the situation or make it the same that you've
mm,
always had.
self
Okay.
sabotage.
Yeah, you see, yeah. I have a situation that made me think about that. Like wherever you are right now, it's where you've been. It's what you've experienced to the point. It's kind of like trauma, where we talk about trauma and said the actual trauma, the action, whatever has happened to you is no longer happening to you. You are keeping it alive through your thoughts, right? That experience you keep living. And what does that do? That validates the person or that situation, right? It keeps it alive and it kills you. It keeps you stagnant. Some of y'all are holding on to some things. Like, remember the one we had the day the little boy went out and came back with supposedly something in his hand, and when the elders opened it up, it was nothing there, right? You're holding on to something in your hand you can't receive because you still have that something. Ladies, it could be the man that broke your heart. Here this good man is. But you won't let that other one go. What he did to you. Can't leave the men out. Men, it could be that woman that broke your heart. Cause y'all, we got some good men out here that some damaged women are breaking. I have a quote sitting back that a good man will leave before he leaves you. And it shows a good man walking out his door with his stuff. He will leave before he leaves you. And you be so caught up in yourself and what has happened to you till you don't even know he left before he left. You didn't even have enough sense that maybe I can unpack these back, put the suitcase back that he's not started packing yet. But he's took it out. He's taking it out. But you're so caught up in you that you don't see it, right? So let's heal today. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you will know God's perfect will for you, for your true goals, right? So over to you, Brandon. Over to you.
All right, all right. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the good advice and the wisdom from you. Um, Today's title on August the 25th is "Doesn't It Blow Your Mind?" Question mark. Doesn't it blow your mind? And our quote of the day comes from Shirley Tyus, the first African American female commercial airplane pilot. She said, "All of the attention over my career as a pilot is nice, but I know if we put our minds to it, there isn't anything we cannot do." All the attention over my career as a pilot is nice, but I know if we put our minds to it, there isn't anything we cannot do. Each of us has unlimited power and potential. High achieving men and women know how to use their gifts. You too are in possession of this power. But will you convert it into actual power to achieve your life's desires? You've heard it said that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. It's true. The greatest machine that was ever conceived, so awesome that only God Himself could create it, is the human brain. Your human computer. Do you use it? Could you put it to better use? Millions of dollars have been spent on the development and improvement of electronic computers. Millions more have been spent to train people how to use them. Men and women have spent untold hours using them. Think of the potential if the same amount of time and money were spent to improve the use of our human computers, our
Mm.
brain. Human and electronic computers are similar in many respects. The main difference is that the brain possesses infinite powers. An electronic computer, on the other hand, doesn't possess the physical characteristics that allow it to live and grow. Its powers are finite. You will never reach your maximum potential. No one ever does. But as you strive to convert your potential power through the use of knowledge and experiences, you will become more successful in reaching your goals. And our affirmation at the bottom of the page that we read and that we carry with us throughout the day is: today, I will center my mind on what is truly possible.
Oh, here we go.
Today, I will center my mind on what is truly possible. I will write down all the ideas that surface from this introspection. Again, today I will center my mind on what is truly possible. I will write down all the ideas that surface from this introspection. Mom, over to you. Doesn't it blow your mind?
It does. The potential, the human potential, and I love the analogy where it compares our human mind to a human computer. But what happens with the computer, right? Someone has to build it, right? They have to put the programs in to do what all the things that we do with it. Do we ever sit down and think about, well, who did this? How can I do, shift or alt control alt delete and it turns off, right? Just like that, there is a God that created us with all those programs in it, everything that we need. But it's like I said before we started the show, it's that we start adding and taking away, right? And taking our eyes off the creator. We stop growing. We stop um, we stop being a student to our own lives. Because we look at it, we look at others. We think about what has happened to us. Well, when you read the Bible, of whatever it is that you read, Tell me show me someone that things didn't happen to. Show me someone in there that something did not happen to them. It happens to grow our faith. Count it all joy, it says. Count it all joy when you are being tried, tested, right? Count it all joy because I am perfecting you. I'm saying it in my way, right? I am growing you. You are coming to school, right? God's school, so that you can know my perfect will for your life. So think about that. Your life as a computer, and God is the programmer. When it breaks down, and computers, they do. And some of us, like me, I get so attached to mine, I don't want to go get a new one. I want somebody to fix this one, as if the new one can't do what this one is doing. But see, I got all my stuff in this one. I got all my stuff in this one. And it's something about me getting a new one, got to put my old stuff and then decide what to carry over to the new one. It's just like life. So a great thought process of comparing our human mind and our lives to this computer. Because see, sometimes we need a new one. Same programmer. We need to go buy it from the same store. Go to the same God, the God, only God to get it. Instead of going to that man, to that woman, to auntie, to mama, daddy. Even they have to go. Right? They need the same programmer that we need. They need the same programmer. Right? So Brandon, I like this one. All of the attention over my career as a pilot is nice, but I know if we put our minds to it, there isn't anything we cannot do. So I'm saying that to myself and to you. There is not a goal that you can't obtain. Do you want it? Do you want it? So over to you, Brandon, as I fix this light again. I think I keep moving my chair or something. So go ahead, do your thing.
You might need to close some blinds.
Okay, go do your thing. I'm going to do something here.
Okay. Well, I don't have much to add to that, to be honest with y'all. I think this one is a pretty straightforward, doesn't it blow your mind? The human potential. The human potential. And it says that you'll never reach your maximum potential, right? I might have to disagree slightly with that. I do think you can reach your maximum potential. I think the maximum potential for a human being is to constantly strive to do better. And I think that is the maximum. Now, everything is subjective, right? Like, oh, well, you could have did this or you could have did that, but everything is really by the decree of God, right? But are you using the tools that God gave you? Are you using the potential in the brain, the human computer that God has programmed for you? Or are you leaving the computer off? Or are you having the computer on autopilot, right? Are the programs just running and you're not running the programs? How much how much sovereignty do you have over these programs? Are you clicking the right buttons? Have you read the directions on how to operate the programs? Have you read the manual, right? Have you read the what the creator, has left for the operator? Right? Or have you gone back for guidance on how to use your device, right? Your device. Because we say my hand, my head, my nose, my lips, my face. Who is the my? Who is the person inside? Because if not, we would just say hand, we would just say mouth, but we understand that we are something other than our flesh. We understand that there's something beyond what we can physically see, touch, hear, taste, that is us. There's something other than the senses that makes up our being, right? And that is the tool in which we should strive for. That's what we should. That's what we should really push and seek guidance for how to use this device. So doesn't it blow your mind that all the money that they've been spending, even on at this time, so this was what, 22 years ago, when this book was written. And even today, after all, and they've made huge leaps with AI. They've made huge leaps in manufacturing. They made huge leaps in processing. In Silicon Valley has really become a powerhouse, um, like we had never seen within years prior to that. But even still, the AI cannot do what the brain does. It can't process it in the same way. It can do it based on data points but even inside of writing, like if you ask your AI tools, which all of you probably have on your phone, you don't even know it. Some people don't know it, but using all the AI tools, it still can't write as like a human, right? It still can't give you that emotional content. It still can't give you those figures of speech, right? That don't really make sense literally, but we all know what they mean, right? So what I'm saying is you have something that a computer could never have, and it's beyond your brain. It's your mind. A computer can have a processor, can have um, it can have the equivalent of a physical, what we would say the physical brain. But what's the difference between the mind and the brain, right? What's the difference between the heart, the physical heart, and the metaphysical heart, right? So there's a metaphysical side to us that does not exist for the silicon based computers, right? So what can we do with that? That means that we can go beyond the potential of these computers, and we have something in us that they don't have. But the question is, how do we use it? And are we seeking guidance from the creator of these programs and of this vessel on how to use it? And sometimes that could be going to your book. Sometimes it could be going in prayer. Sometimes it could be going in deep contemplation and meditation, right? But whatever it is within you. It is as much without you as it is within you. And we must do both in order to, in my opinion, reach our full potential. So, what is your potential? Is there something that you haven't put your mind on that you know that if I just focus on this, if I put my
Mhm.
mind to it, I know I can do it. I know there's nothing I cannot do, right? What did Shirley Taya say? She said, "All the attention over my career as a pilot is nice, but I know if we put our minds to it, there isn't anything we can do." She's looking at it like, "Why are you surprised that I can fly a plane? Did you
Right.
think a black woman couldn't fly a plane? Doesn't a black woman have a brain? Doesn't she have two hands? Is it physically taxing that beyond the capacity of a woman or of another human being or a black woman?" And it's pretty obvious the answer to that. But it is sometimes even a little, it could be offensive that people are surprised, right? Like sometimes when I've spoken to people at first meeting, they, "Oh, you speak really nice. Am I supposed to be, am I not supposed to be? Why does that surprise you? You
Yeah.
know? So we can see some of the undertones of racism or people's own perceptions and limitations to their perceptions, or the box that they tried to fit you in before they even knew how big you were, right? And they are surprised that the box doesn't fit over you. They're surprised
Mhm.
that you are bigger than the four angles that they tried to put you
That
in, the
they-
four corners that they tried to put
Right.
you in. And so they're taken back for a second, right? But in that situation, they put themselves in a box. They've compartmentalized their own being to where they could not see the fluidity between my existence and theirs, or their existence and yours. Because let me tell you this: if we are 97% the same genetically as a gorilla, as a mountain gorilla, and 99% genetically the exact same, 99% now, the same as a chimpanzee, how much difference is there between you and me, no matter what race you are? We all are, as they say, Bini Adam, or we are all children of Adam. We all came from the same pair. All came from that same pair, which means that we are one human family. One. Do you know that you have what I think it is? So think about just how many people are involved in your life, or involved in the creation of you, or the procreation of you. You have 4 grandparents, 8 great grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, 32 great-great-great-grandparents, 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents, 128 great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, 128. And it goes on and on and on from there, doubling at each generation. So in your family, you have people that did great in life. You have people that made horrible decisions. You probably have a king in your lineage, and you probably have a slave. Everyone, no matter where you come from, right? And coincidentally, you probably have a prophet. Everyone has a prophet inside of their lineage, because we all go back to the same people, right? We all go back to Adam, right? A prophet, the first prophet of God, as we consider, right? The one who was given Eden, right? So think about your potential in that closeness and relationship that Adam had with the Almighty, right? And how this life was meant to be a purification for us to come back to that purity. How can you purify your heart, purify your mind, so that you can use your brain effectively? Because there's a thing inside of the human, and if it is good, then the entire body is good. But if it is wretched, if it is bad, or if it is putrid, then the entire body is wretched, bad, and putrid. And that thing is the human heart. And the heart has an intelligence of its own. It's not, the brain is not a it's not singular in its ability to think. Scientists have proven that you actually have brain cells on your heart. Your heart has its own type of brain cells, its own type of memory. So when people say, I just feel in my heart that this, and this, there's actually an intelligence behind it. And it communicates with the brain, and the brain communicates with it. Right? So we have to understand the connection, the metaphysical connections, the connections that are beyond the minerals and components of our physical self. That there's something beyond that. There's something beyond the brain. There's something beyond what we can perceive with our physical senses. So doesn't that blow your mind? Every time you look in the mirror, it should blow your mind. How many things had to go right for you to be here today, to be looking at this show? How many things had to work out perfectly over time for you to even be born, much less be here with us today? So if you're here with us today, you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. Anything could have happened that would have led you to not be here today. Just one thing. Just one thing. You could have made one wrong turn, right? You could have went to sleep a little bit later, right? Anything could have happened, but you're here today hearing this message, reading this book, on this podcast. So if the lemon is dripping, you might as well squeeze the rest of it out. You're already here. You might as well get the most out of today and every day that you can. And to me, that's using your brain. That's you using that human computer, squeezing everything you can out of life. As they say, carpe diem, or seizing the day, because you can't get today back. It's a renewing of your mind, but the day renews just the same. So every day that you wake up, you have a new chance to be blown away at the creation of yourself, at the creation that God has done on us, the constant creation. Doesn't that blow your mind that you're ceaselessly created? That every moment is created. This moment is created, and this moment is created. And prior to it didn't exist. So there's a new you every single time. And we are choosing to either become anew and to purify ourselves and become better, or we are choosing to stay how we were the moment before. The power and the choice is yours. And that's all I have.
So Brandon, this is one of those days that I almost want to ask you that I want to ask you to read it again. But what I'll do is pull out a few things. And for those of you who maybe did not hear all of the reading, go back and listen to that part. Um, it says, "You've heard it said that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. It's true." So I'll ask you, are you wasting yours, right? And decide yes or no. How do you come up with the yes? How do you come up with the no? What are the things that go behind it? The greatest machine that was ever conceived, so awesome that only God Himself could create it, is the human brain, your human computer. Do you use it? Right? Could you put it to better use? Millions of dollars have been spent on the development and improvement of electronic computers, and I'll say devices, right? And million more have been spent on training people how to use them. Men and women have spent untold hours using them. Think of the potential if the same amount of time and money were spent to improve the use of our human computer, our brain, our mind. How much better would you be if you became a student to life, right? To your life. We spend so much time not growing these computers. We'll go get a new one. We'll go get a new phone, right? New refrigerator, new washing machine. And truth be told, especially with the washing machine, you guys, these new washing machines ain't worth crap. New refrigerators, you can't fit nothing in them. Cook some real food and try to put it in a new refrigerator. Those big pots and pans, right? Dumbing down. Everything seems to be about dumbing the human, the life in us. And how do you become a student? One way, I'll say, become a student to your life. God, your creator. You got HP, you got a Mac, what all these other kind of computers, right? Different programmers, different things go in them, right? Do we need to just bring it back to its new state? Just erase all of the programs that you put in there. The Word, the Excel, the PowerPoint. Let's just start from scratch. Let's just bring this baby back to its newest state and start over the right way. Human computers, our human brain. Become a student of your life. And does this today blow your mind? When you think about it in the sense of, hey, because there's something that a computer can't do, as great as it is. It can't grow. The passage tells us that somewhere in here. The computer can't grow. It can't experience. It can't feel. But we put so much trust and faith. I was telling somebody the other day about these phones. I don't know if you guys are like here, but I've had so many people just talking about how they have having issues with their phones. And some people are saying that it's been this way since the blackout thing happened, or whatever that was, that the breach happened and we lost internet service and so forth. I'm telling y'all, and what I said was, you better get like my grandma. My grandmama had a notebook with numbers written down in it. My grandmother never had a cell phone that I'm aware of. Let me think about it. Not that I'm aware of. And if she had one, she didn't use it. Right? So we put so much trust and faith, right? Because if you don't have an alternative way of knowing numbers, and after you get to a certain age, it's hard to remember your own number, right? Then you're putting faith in that phone that it's always going to work. If you have not downloaded the important things from your computer, that means you trust and you have faith that it's always going to work.
Mm.
But when it doesn't, what do you do? The same with your life. It's the opposite. Because I think we'll say we got faith in God, but our actions, our minds, the way that we do life, how we see the glass half empty rather than half full, speaks a lot about the faith that we have in God. And y'all go back and listen. If you missed the other day, Brandon, what was that one? Hold on to your faith, a very good one. A couple of days ago, hold on to your faith was a good one. So does this blow your mind, you guys, as we work, I'm sorry, Brandon, to come to a close. I want to throw it back over to you, but I'm going to read the comments here first. And let's see. So Miss Brenda says, we had asked Miss Brenda what did she watch yesterday because she said she watched some good TV. So she came back and told us, I watched Terry McMillan's Lifetime movie, Brandon, titled, titled Forever, and watched Bel Air.
So she did watch a Lifetime movie.
Yeah. And it was titled Forever. I've not heard of that one.
That's funny.
I don't even know if I
Funny.
have the Lifetime channel. I'll have to see.
How did I know? How did I know Miss Brenda?
Hi, Tammy Gator. Huh?
I said, how did I know Miss Brenda?
What, the Lifetime?
Uh-huh. That's cool.
Brandon's trying to sneak us about the Lifetime, though.
I'm just messing
Not
with you.
all of
It'd be
them were,
good. Yeah.
not all of them were. Like that one, this one that she's talking about sounds like it might be a rewarding one, one that feeds our soul.
Yeah. If Miss
So
Brenda's watching, it's got to be
Rochelle
a good one.
said, yeah, there you go. All the way from B-Town is in the house. I want to tell you, what you post, I don't know when you posted, but I think I saw it a day or two ago, was mine. It blew my mind. It did, in a great way. It was a blessing. And you keep doing what you're doing. You keep growing, baby, because your story is for God's glory. Y'all need to go read her story. Can I put it can I share it? You have to let me know. It was a movie. Like, that is the portion that she shared should be in a movie to teach these kids, but also these adults,
Mhm.
right? Because y'all, we want to cover up stuff, right? The people at the top don't want the realness of life. That's why these children don't know what to do when they are faced. We want to act like everything's been perfect, and the rice has had gravy, the grits have had the butter. Now, sometimes you got to have grits without salt, pepper, and the butter, right? So you keep going, my sister. You keep going. And if I can help you in any way, please, please, please reach out to me, because your story needs to be told. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I think I've told you that before, but nonetheless, thank you for being here. And you blessed me the other day. Big Mike says, I watched a little of it, listened to the lady as long as I could. What lady? You watched what? Is it the video? The video that I put out there? Let us know. It says, I mentioned that on one of my past, let's see, I mentioned that on I don't know, one of my posts, I'm sorry, about some people not being able to accept love. Yeah, so true. He says, I see it all the time. Rochelle says, it's the unknown that causes us to destroy what is trying to be good, not only for us, but for us. Right? It is the unknown that causes us to destroy what is trying to be good. Mm, mm. What is that unknown, y'all? What is it? Because I see that so much. I see so many people someone trying to love them, right? And just be there for them. And they will knock it down. What is that unknown for you? What is your unknown? And Big Mike says you actually have 3 brains in the body: the brain itself, your heart, and stomach. Never heard that one. And I'm sorry, Miss Brenda says, Mike, What lady are you talking about? Okay, I think she's referencing the same question that we had about the comment. And Mike says from the video Tammy posted and shared. Okay, so what did you mean by you listened to her as long as you possibly could, or as long as you could? I'm interesting. It's interesting. I want to know because I listened to her, and I'll see what your answer is first. And if you guys have not watched that video, please go back. It's a good one. Um, Big Alvin Williams Jr. says good morning, and Crystal Chanel says blessings.
Hmm.
Okay, and so Mike said I had to go. All right, so it wasn't anything about the lady. I think your comment kind of made it sound like something you listened to her as long as you could, because she was very, very nervous. You could hear it, but her message was powerful. I'll post it again on this show, but you guys take the time to go back and listen and do the work. Become a student to your life. Face your story. Whatever has been downloaded in your computer, when you're in your human brain and mind, face it. Face your story. Face your computer,
Hmm.
right? And then go do you. I said, do you, boo, because I'm doing me. And the minute somebody says, hey, you're selfish, no, I ain't you-ish. I'm supposed to be self-ish so I can grow. Because the minute I become, when someone calls you selfish, that means you are not doing something that they want you to do. Somewhere in the mix, it's about them. Because you could be selfish in a very healthy way. So, no, bro, no, sis, I'm not being you-ish right now. I'm taking care of Tammy. I'm using my own computer. I'm putting my own password in it because your password won't work in my computer. If I got a password, I need a guest. If you, I can assign you a guest, and you'll have your own password. But guess what? You can't. I can get in and delete you. You can't get in and delete me because you have access to only a few things. You can only probably get in there and just do what you need to do. You can't. You can. There's things in the computer you can't do. So people are not to have that kind of power over you, and that's what it is. And things should not have that kind of power over you. You've given your power away. Giving it away. Your potential. You've given it away. Stop doing that. Go buy a new computer today if you have to. Start over. Start over. So I will put the link to the video again. I'll do that, Brandon, while you're closing down the show, unless you have something else to say. I've gotten through all the
Nope.
comments. Thank you guys for the good, the great comments. Thank you for being here. Thank you for Rochelle. Thank you again. Go do it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Go do it. Go do it. And let me know if I could share your story with the group here. Just that little piece that you put on the other day about what happened at the school. It was powerful, you guys.
All right. All right. Well, thank
Right?
y'all so much for joining us for the 207th day of the In This Season podcast. As we always say, but it is worth noting and reminding you to please click the like button on the YouTube. If you're on Facebook, click that like, of course, but then go over to YouTube on the In This Season podcast and help us with that algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you can, and turn on notifications if this is something that you could do every single day. If you guys are enjoying this, then please share it with someone else so that they can reap that same value that you find in being here every day. So thank y'all so much for joining us as we wrap up this 207th day of the In the Season podcast. Today's title on August the 25th is Doesn't It Blow Your Mind? Doesn't It Blow Your Mind? And Shirley Tyler, who was the first African-American female who was a commercial airline pilot, said, all of the attention over my career as a pilot is nice, but I know if we put our minds to it, there isn't anything we cannot do. And so after reading about the supercomputer of your brain, of your creation, of the intelligence within yourself that God gave you, we came to an affirmation for taking with us after this throughout our day and to share with others. And it reads, today I will center my mind on what is truly possible. I will write down all the ideas that surface from this introspection. So this means you're going to have to pull out a piece of paper, y'all, and write down all the ideas that come from centering your mind and thinking about what is truly possible. What is truly possible in your life? And are you living up to that potential? So thank y'all again for joining us. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 a.m. Central Time on the End This Season pod. Then take care. Peace.
Peace, you guys. Peace.